Hi. This is Debz Cooper, currently in Melbourne, and I'm sitting between two buildings, as you do. So if you see me do a little bit of this today, there's quite a lot of little bugs around. And for those who know me, oh my gosh, it's probably worse than I thought. I'm just going to keep focusing. Those who know me don't really like bugs. Big bugs are fine, little bugs I don't really like, and there is a lot of them. So welcome. Today I'm going to talk about self-love and what are you doing for you. I'm going to keep concentrating and not let the little fly bugs frustrate me. So if anything gets in my mouth, it's the fly bug. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about self-love. So now that you're on the call, give me a like or a love, or let me know where you're from. Thanks for joining. I would love to know where you're from. If you've got any questions, you're welcome to ask throughout. It will allow me to concentrate on you rather than these little bugs that are everywhere. So thanks for being on this call. Hi from Wellington. Thanks for being on the call. So let me talk about what self-love really is. Self-love is actually, because today is a really special day for everyone, it's Valentine's Day. And Valentine's Day can stir up a lot of emotions for people. People who have people in their lives, people who don't have people in their lives, people who had people and they're no longer around. Valentine's Day can stir up a lot of emotion around what is love and do they love me, and if they love me, do they really love me? Do they love me like my work colleague who got a bunch of flowers and I only got one rose? Or do they love me because my partner didn't do anything today? So you actually have a lot of self-doubt about who you are as a person, and Valentine's Day stirs up a heck of a lot. So I've been single for 13 years, and for me, loving myself was very important because I felt if I didn't love myself, no one else would actually love me for who I was. So let's talk about whether you're in a relationship or not. It's important to self-love yourself. Now, when I talk about self-love, there's different levels of self-love. But if you can't, can anyone see these little bugs? Oh my gosh, I would be no good if I was put into a zoo and had to deal with this. So I'm going through my worst fear right now, dealing with self-love, pull myself back. So let's talk back to where I was at, was whether you're in a relationship or not, self-love is really important. If you can't love who you are as a person, how can someone else love you? And it's not actually just about how can someone else love you. It's about what's the energy that you're putting out. So I talked to my daughter recently, and I talked about the people she's hanging around with. And one of the things I said is, don't be a Debbie Downer. And I can say that because I'm a Deborah, a Deborah, a Deb, a Debs, a Debbie. Is a Debbie Downer, not necessarily because your name is that, but actually somebody who's down in energy, lethargic, low vibration. So this is what I'm talking about, is about part of who you are. You don't want to hang around with people who are sucking energy, or you're sucking energy out of them as much as they're sucking energy out of you. You also don't want to be Energizer Bunny. Hi Charmaine, thanks for joining. You don't want to be an Energizer Bunny, which is pom-pom girl, pom-pom, pom-pom all the way. That's not how it goes. You would rather be coming from the heart and authentic. Yeah, the little bugs are, oh, is that what it is? They're little fairies saying hello. If you could see my screen is covered in them, okay, that's a nice way of putting it. Actually, I quite like that. I can allow that one, and then, well, there's a frickin' heck of a lot of fairies around me right now. I couldn't even capture them on photo. When I go back to, instead of being the pom-pom girl with the high energizer bunny energy, it's about being authentic and coming from your heart. When you communicate with people, come from your heart, they can feel that. When you talk to people, whether you give them your energy or you send them a message, that's all about coming from the heart, which is all about being authentic. So what is actual self-love? My family call me actually quite selfish. I actually thought I was selfless until I realized the difference in the word of selfish and selfless, and I'm sure you're going to laugh at that. But selfish is when you put your own oxygen mask on first. And it's about what do you want and what's the best option for you. Now, I know if you're in a relationship or you're not in a relationship, or you're a parent or you're not a parent, or you're a work colleague or you're a friend or you're a child to somebody, it's about thinking of others, but it's really also important to think of you and what's best for you. So being selfish is actually not that bad a thing. It's actually about what's important for you and giving yourself that time by saying no to somebody, by saying yes to somebody, by I just can't do this right now. This is all around people can label selfish because they want your attention right now, there and now. But actually it's about self-loving yourself to go, I can't give any more energy right now, or I'm busy doing something, or if I do that, it's going to take away this, this, and this. So that's what it's about. So what do you do that's self-love? What can you do that you can nourish yourself of self-love? So there's different things. You can go for a walk. You can sit in an area that's got bugs. You can wash your hair. You can pluck those hairs on your chin. Come on. As I say that, you're probably going, no, did she really say that? Yes, she did. And you find them when you're actually driving, I find. So always have a set of tweezers, ladies, in your car, because you find them in the car, and when you go back to your bathroom, you can't find them. So self-love's about what's important to you. I'm a real smell person. I love really nice smells. So, you know, even here, putting this on, you know, getting dressed for my day, I've put perfume on to do my video call. Why would I not want to do that? Put some aftershave on, wear deodorant. This is all about self-love, self-nurture, whatever you'd like to label it. Put bright lipstick on. Even if you're sitting watching TV or you're not in the mood for anything, put something on. Talk to a friend who has uplifting conversations about that you can talk to and listen to. Set an aspiration, which some people call goals. You know, what would you like your finances to look like? You know, do you need to save $2 a week to give you something that actually makes you feel like you're achieving something? What business goal? Do you want to connect with somebody? Would you like more love in your life? Would you like less love in your life? Set that aspiration. What are you going to eat today? Are you going to start changing the way you're eating or thinking, or read a book and do one thing in that book that they say. Watch a Facebook Live and do one thing that says. Listen to my podcast. Do one thing out of that. Just do something that you can give yourself self-love. When many, many years ago, I went to the doctor and I said to my doctor, I'm depressed. And he just laughed at me. And he was a family doctor. Let's just get this right. So don't get agitated by any of this. And he said to me, when was the last time you showered? And I went, I don't know. And he said, Deborah, image is important to you. You like to shower, you like to smell nice, you like to feel fresh. And I was like, yes. And he said, so why aren't you doing it? And in my perception, I went, oh my gosh, I hadn't even thought about that. I was just down. I was a Debbie Downer. Things were getting me down, and as I got down, things escalated. So he said, step 1, shower. Wash your hair every day. Clean your teeth. I'm like, I clean my teeth. Got a little bit defensive. Do those things and it was about self-love. What do you love to do? And I'm like, nothing. I just want to lie on the couch. I don't even want to watch TV. I just want to lie there and cry for my life. And he just said, get up, start moving, have a shower, put on nice shoes, do those things that are important for you. Now, they don't cost you money. They cost you time and energy. So it was... Now, I'm not saying this is what you do if you're depressed, but I'm just saying this is something that actually helped me. And it was about self-love. What am I doing for me that nurtures my soul and keeps me ticking along? Okay, that fairy Charmaine nearly went into my mouth. So what can you do that's self-loving yourself? When you love yourself fully, then you can start looking at other people around you. So when I say that, I say a gratitude. Be grateful. Be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for what you don't have. Be grateful who's in your life. Be grateful for who's not in your life. And write yourself, one of the things I will be doing today is write yourself a letter. How often do you write yourself a gratitude letter? Look at where you've come from a year ago. Yes, you may have put on weight. Yes, you may have lost weight. Yes, you may have been in a relationship. Maybe now you're not. Maybe now you are. Maybe you weren't. Maybe your finances have changed. Try not to look at the Debbie Downer of what this is, but actually look at What's uplifted in your life? What are you grateful for? What are your lessons that you've had? What are the people who have come into your life and taught you things? So have a look at those things and speak from the heart. You know, I love that, you know, talk about your body. I love my thighs, but I don't love my bum. So when you're writing that letter, don't say I don't love my bum. Say I love my thighs, that they can hold me up every day, and they can have staunch attitude, and I can flex them and know that they're there, and they have stability in my life. Right, whatever it is. I'm not just talking about your thighs. I'm talking about your body, what comes out your mouth, the book that you're reading, the book that you're not reading, the appreciating the ear, appreciating that I've actually got decent lighting between two buildings. This is all going to go into my gratitude letter to myself today of sitting here, appreciating the fairies. I haven't got there yet. Appreciating the fairies that are coming into my mouth saying hello. And I actually think one just went up my nose as I said that. Appreciate those things around you. As I said, reflect on 3 months ago, 6 months ago. Where were you? What were you doing? Not only that, when you've done yourself a letter, write your letter to others. Who in your family would you like to share that love with? Who in your friend circle would you like to share that love with? What teachers did you have growing up? What partners did you have? Even the partners who are no longer around, even the parents who are no longer around, the people who frustrated you, send them a message of love because they're not in your life anymore if that's what you want. If it's not what you want, send them a message of love. They're going to feel that energetically. They're going to feel that and have that energy for you when you send that, write to that letter and send it energetically with love. So the gratitude letter to yourself is really important because that's all about what are you doing for you. Today I appreciate going for a walk. Today I appreciate this. Today I appreciate this. Thank you for being persistent. Thank you for sitting in an area that has little fairies. Thank you for, I just can't believe I'm saying fairies and their little bugs saying hello. If you can see my screen, I've probably got a good 30 or 40 right now. Appreciate those things. I clearly haven't appreciated them yet. So self-love, nurture yourself and what's important for you. And today I'd love you to do something different. Do something that you haven't done for a while. Do something that you used to do, whether it's get out your old favorite perfume, whether it's to stop and pick up a flower, whether it's to just stand outside and just look at the weather, look how it's raining and how it's nurturing the garden, look how it's sunny and you don't have to, you know, the washing's going to get dry. Whatever it is, stop and appreciate whatever you have around you. It's really important to be grateful every day for what's going on in your life. And I'd love you to let me know what you're doing. What are you going to self-love today? What are you going to do that's going to express that self-love? What are you going to do for others that's loving others for who they are? Think of those things and share them. Share them here on the message, or share them in a separate message to me, private message if you'd like to share that. Let me know what's going on in your life. Let me know if this video has helped you. Let me know if it hasn't helped you. You're welcome to do this privately or not, or publicly. I have an event coming up, Activate Your Aspirations, next weekend, 22nd and 23rd of February in Melbourne. And it's all around self-love, loving others, letting others go from the heart, taking in your energy. What do you love to do? Do you want to love the garden? Do you want to love those things? It's actually about changing your perception of life. It's a 2-day event. I'll put the link in this here. It's all around self-love as well, because when you're loving yourself, that's the energy that you get out, that people will love you for who you are. I had to have a Google. I had a Google this morning about what Valentine's Day actually meant, because we tend to jump on the bandwagon for what it is. And one of the things I smiled at was actually, it was around a guy who was a male who was put in jail for murder, and he fell in love with the jailer's daughter. And you can Google this. And he fell in love with her, and he wrote her a letter. And he wrote it and he signed it off, "Love your Valentine." Now, they say Valentine's has to be secretive. Well, he's clearly not secretive because it came from him to her. But the beautiful thing about it is he wrote that letter. And I'm sure he wrote that letter of gratitude of what he expressed, the beauty she brought into his life. Now, that can be the physical beauty or the energy beauty or whatever, or even just giving him a a heartbeat outside of his world of where he was. And so this is why this letter is really important to yourself and others. Think of that. Think of that as you're writing that. Forget the Debbie Downer. There's no time for Debbie Downer. Send that love to yourself and others. So let me know how you go. Let me know what's going on in your world today. You're welcome to post your Valentine's gifts. You're welcome to not post your Valentine's gifts. You're welcome to send yourself flowers, or don't send yourself flowers, or just go out and appreciate what's going on. There's a special shout out I love to shout this out to is Miri in Wellington. She's a lovely little 6-year-old girl, and I'd love to say to you, Miri, welcome to the call, and thank you for being here, and love yourself, because you are just as important as everyone else around you. So thank you for joining me. 6-year-old, what a cute wee thing. And for me, I'm going to go and appreciate what I have around me. I'm going to appreciate the friends I have, the people I have in my life, and what's going on. And this is just a little thing that I do every year for my daughter and I. Being a single mum, I love myself, and I clearly love my daughter. So I'm in Wellington, and this is what she gave me. She got this delivered yesterday. She sent me a beautiful bunch of flowers for me, because she loves me. Now, I'm not going to read the card out. The card was beautiful and definitely had an impact on my soul yesterday, but that's what she did. She sent me, now she's 19, she sent me a beautiful bunch of flowers all the way from Christchurch to Melbourne, or maybe just a phone call. But that was a beautiful self-love that she thought of me and sent me a message. Now, this is what it's about. It's about giving love to yourself and others, no matter what place you are in your world. So I would like to thank you for being on this call. I would like to half-pie thank the fairies for being on this call. I will do some shuffling around for next week to do this if I'm going to be sitting in this building. Thanks for being on the call. I'll put the details of Activate Your Aspiration, which is my Melbourne event, in the link. If you'd like to let me know how you go with today's call, I want to send you an enjoyable Valentine's Day, sending love to all who are in my mind and my heart, and I want to thank you for that. Blessed. Thanks, people. Bye.